Recorded Books presents Seaside Reunion, Starfish Bay, Book 1, by Irene Hannon. Narrated by Thérèse Plummer. Chapter 1. At the jingle of the bell over the front door of Starfish Bay Mercantile, Lindsey Collier put aside the town council meeting agenda she'd been perusing and looked up with a smile to welcome the new customer. But her usual cheery greeting died in her throat. The man who'd entered the store was a stranger, a scruffy one, and she didn't trust strangers, especially scruffy ones. She gave the tall, lean, mid-30-ish man a rapid scan. His dark brown hair needed a trim, his cobalt eyes were bloodshot, and his worn jeans and faded black t-shirt looked as if they'd been slept in for several nights. Standing slowly, she kept him in her sights as she edged toward the button that would summon the police, and the drawer that held her compact Beretta. "Can I help you?" The man angled toward her. For a long moment he studied her, faint furrows etching his brow, as if he were assessing her, or the security in the store. Both were formidable. "But please, God, don't make me prove that," she thought to herself. Swallowing past the fear congealing in her throat, she wrapped her fingers around the handle of the drawer and eased it open. He cocked his head and squinted at her. "Lindsey Callahan?" Her hand froze, and she gave the stranger another once-over. Nothing about him was familiar, yet he knew her maiden name. "Have we met?" The barest hint of a smile played at his lips. "Long ago. Nate Garrison." He didn't approach her or extend his hand. That was fortunate. She didn't want to be rude if she did happen to know him, but neither did she intend to let her fingers stray far from the 911 button or the gun. I'm sorry, the name isn't ringing any bells." He shoved his fingers into the pockets of his jeans, a muted flash of disappointment echoing in the depths of his irises. "You may remember me better as Nathaniel." Nathaniel? The image of a pale little boy with light brown hair and thick, always smudged glasses flickered across her mind. But he'd come and gone quickly in her life, and she'd only been, 8? 9? She hadn't thought of him in years. Her hand hovered over the gun. "You lived here once, right?" "Briefly." He surveyed the store. "This place hasn't changed much in 25 years. "It hasn't changed much since my grandfather opened it in 1936. We like it that way." At her defensive tone, he swung back toward her. "I wasn't being critical. It's reassuring to know some things stay the same." "Very few." She withdrew her hand from her security cache, but left the drawer open. "Are you passing through?" "No." He moved closer, fingers still in pockets. "I'll be around a while. I stopped here for food and to see if I could get a recommendation for a place to stay." "If you're looking for work, there isn't much to be had except at the fishing camps, and as far as I know, neither of them are hiring. Tourism in Northern California has been down all season." "I didn't come here for a job." "Then what did you come for?" The question hung between them, unasked and unanswered. When the silence lengthened, she gave him another survey. No pricey accommodations for this guy. "There's a low-key bed and breakfast a couple of streets over, or the Orchid Motel on the north end of town. I expect there are a few houses and apartments available by the month, too. Depends on how long you're planning to stay." "I have no idea, but I don't want to commit to a monthly rental, and I'm not a B&B kind of guy. Is the motel clean?" "Eat off the floor. 2 older sisters from Georgia bought it about a dozen years ago, and they hate dirt. The attached cafe is excellent, too. They're both terrific cooks." "Sold." He smiled, and as the angular lines of
Sample complete. Ready to continue?